Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Connor. Here's my father,
Kevin.
We're back again pretty quick with another non-English album.
Yes.
This is a Spanish album. When we went and listened to the Bad Bunny record, it was both kind of our new experience. We were listening to him for the first time together. ROSALÍA, I've listened to this record front to back. Not so much recently, but when it came out, it was on repeat all the time. It was one of my favorite records that year. Prior to today, what do you know about ROSALÍA?
Nothing other than the comments in the Bad Bunny videos of people saying you have to listen to MOTOMAMI.
Yeah, okay.
That is it. And then I've seen the album here. This is one of these cases where I've seen the album constantly.
Sitting around all the time. Yeah, it's just over there. Moto means motorcycle and motorbike.
Yep.
Mommy, pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
Her mother used to ride a motorcycle. It's kind of like a tribute to that.
Oh, sweet.
Just a little brief synopsis here.
Okay.
MOTOMAMI is the third studio album by Spanish singer ROSALÍA. ROSALÍA described MOTOMAMI as a loose concept album that paints a self-portrait. She also reveals that the album is more playful than her previous albums, explaining, "I feel like I haven't done that in other albums. Also, they were much more serious, if that makes sense." So her previous work was very serious.
Okay.
And I think that in this one, I was like, I really want to find a way to allow my sense of humor to be present.
Just prior to this, I just watched a snippet of her on Jimmy Fallon, and she has a really, really good infectious personality. And one thing I really, really liked about, I've watched lots of interviews on talk shows with musical artists, and she continually, when she spoke, looked at the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought was like very, very cool, right?
Funny story with ROSALÍA is I found her through this record, MOTOMAMI. Came out 2022. I was interested in it, loved it, had it on repeat. Then I was like, I got to go check out some of her early work. And then I listened to it and I was like, okay, this is gorgeous, beautiful stuff, but there's nothing like MOTOMAMI. It was like two different artists. So here's a taste of...
Is that where that seriousness comes in, you think?
Yeah, well, her two records before were very serious.
Wow, I love the nylon string, man.
So...
Beautiful
voice. I know you're not getting the lyrics, but you can tell it's the seriousness.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, okay, this is not the ROSALÍA I'm familiar with because I started with MOTOMAMI. And you'll see what I mean.
I know.
So track number 1, SAOKO.
Chica, ¿qué dices? SAOKO, papi, SAOKO. SAOKO, papi, SAOKO. Cuando pone perla en el collar, te pipián diferente, ya no son perla uno. Cuando los cubitos de hielo ya no se guarda hielo, se congela uno. No mariposa, yo me transformo, me capto de drag queen, yo me transformo.
That was nice on the vocal there. Yeah.
Yo me transformo, pasa de vuelta, yo me transformo.
It is totally different than what you hear. I mean, yeah.
Yo me transformo. Se me dice que abra el mundo como una nuez. Si me muero, como muero por la boca, como muere, ve. Tu cara, tu mirada.
Oh, hear that single? Yeah.
Si te vuelvo a besar, bebé. Cierra la pámpara.
That little jazz piece was great.
Cierra la pámpara.
Oh, wow. That was a great intro.
So if you're coming from her previous records and you're probably a little shocked.
You must have been completely shocked.
Well, I was shocked going backwards.
That's what I mean. Going backwards. Yeah. Like, wow.
Like I explained in the beginning of the video, really trying to, push her boundaries, show her sense of humor, show who she is, her musical influences. I don't know if she felt like she was trapped in making that
style,
very serious style of music. Or if she just, wanted to make that decision to change. The stuff on here, there's vocal pitching, there's jazz samples thrown in, piano keys every once in a while, huge synths. There's that full breakdown with the jazz and then back into
awesome.
The ending.
It
feels like she's having fun and just being herself. Track number 2, Candy.
Vestida con FFG, bailando plan vela de Candy. Así tú te prendaste de mí el día en que yo te conocí. Solo tú.
Wow, her combo of her voice and that muted keys.
This is so spacious. I love this
huge.
track.
Does that sound in the background do something to your body, like your
It makes me
spine?
like wiggle, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, woof.
I get like the shivers.
Yeah.
I had this record on repeat in my car the year it came out, and shivers all the time.
Like that. Nice. What a great sounding song. I love how they kept it at that.
Same level,
Same
yeah.
somber.
It doesn't go
Yeah,
super high in the
Yeah.
mix.
Okay, that song really, really was that.
No, this is a great song.
Oh, it just really, really built this atmosphere. You know, it was, and it wasn't a scary feeling. It was like a, how do I explain that feeling that they created with the mix? It was just very, just so not eerie, but I don't know. It felt like, for me, it felt like fog.
Yeah, there was. It's the way the mix was done, and I think her voice plays a big role because she has an amazing singing voice, and her previous stuff is great. But to hear it over production like this is something that I always dream of with certain artists. You know,
Yes,
like
yeah.
you know, we have like you have your in your imagination. You're like, imagine if this artist did a album in this style.
Yes,
You know, I feel like some people had their dreams come to reality with Rosalia's record here.
yeah.
Like, imagine if Rosalia did like a, you know, more experimental pop dancey
Which would be-
record.
Yeah.
Which would be this.
A lot of people try to jam and fill too much in there, but right there when she went just basically a cappella,
Yeah.
and you just had this room in there.
There's a little bit, I don't know, there's some chord being played that had like a little bit of ambience to it. Like, it wasn't just a cappella, but there was like something small in the background.
Space is just so important. It's just like you when you cram too much in there, but they did a really
Sometimes,
good job.
Sometimes you can overthink a track and put way too much.
Way too much in there.
Track number 3, La Fama.
Lo que pasó, a ti te lo cuento. No creas que no dolió.
That vocal sample's really cool.
Yeah.
Es mala amante la fama y no va a quererte de verdad.
It's strange. I've never heard.
Hearing him in Spanish?
Yeah.
Es lo peor.
Es mala amante la fama y no va a querer.
I'm no Spanish speaker, but I think he did a good job.
Yeah, I think so
Right.
too.
Voy a casar. No hay manera.
See, here's the space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo aún
Just
no
got-
aprendí la manera.
The mix of the sample, vocals, everything coming in at once. It's very angelic.
Si quiero duermo con ella, pero nunca me la voy a casar.
That's a
Wow,
collaboration.
The Weeknd. Yeah, what I was trying to
Weeknd
say
and
there.
Rosalia.
What track?
I remember now. Yeah, you said The Weeknd would fit good on a Gaga track.
Yeah,
that
there
we
was
just
one
did.
chorus where he could have
Yeah.
taken the chorus and
Yeah,
ran
you
with
said
it,
it
right?
would have fit well.
Well, he did it here very well, and he did it in a different language, which is quite impressive.
Yeah, and you know, I don't speak Spanish, but from just hearing other Spanish musicians and the way they pronounce things, it seems like The Weeknd did a pretty good job at not butchering
Yes,
the
yeah,
language
yeah.
or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Spanish speakers, let us know how The Weeknd did on that track, because to me he sounded great. I mean, his voice obviously sounded great.
Yeah, but
in terms of-
pronunciation-wise.
yeah, let us know how he did, because he might have been horrible and people hate this track. I have no idea. I like it personally, and I love the collaboration between the two.
I love I like what they did. I don't know how they
Sample?
did the sample at the beginning of her voice. And,
Yeah,
right?
really cool. Track number 4.
Yo no tuve que hacer nada que yo no quisiera para mantenerme en pie. Yo me maté
I love her voice, man.
24/7.
So, the quickness. You know
Feels
what I
like
mean?
a guitar, like muted guitar, but
Yes.
it's not. But
Soy igual de acá a mis espaldas.
There, she's really showing it now.
yeah, this track always takes me out.
Really cool mix. That feels like foot stomping from the guys in the background. That was great. Well, listen out, quick. That was awesome.
It's cool, right?
I didn't read the lyrics. I just was vibing with that thing right from the get-go.
I love how it starts with that. It almost, I don't know what
Muted
it is.
guitar.
It sounds like muted guitar, but it might not be. But that's what it sounds like. And then when the reverb comes in with her voice, there's delay on the muted guitar, which then starts to sound like almost a marching band.
Yeah.
And then the stomps come in, and you got the backing vocals. It's such a unique track.
Very cool. Very cool.
It's one of my favorites off the record. She's hitting these notes and doing these long runs where you're like, okay, obviously she's an amazing singer.
Yeah.
And then at the end, playing around with autotune.
Yes.
I feel like is a totally different side of her. Autotune is used as an instrument, and I felt like there, you know, like she can sing. Obviously, we know that from the first 2 minutes of the song.
Yeah.
The autotune part is her experimenting and doing something completely different, which she had not done before. So I think it's a really cool touch at the end there. I mean, there's a little bit of autotune in the other tracks, but like that was like a full on, you know, they cranked it up.
I liked it right at the end there where they pulled right back and she went completely dry into the mic. Like so they use a lot of different little vocal treatments in there, but I really like how they set with the guys doing their thing in the background. Singing. It really brought me, and I've never been there, and I don't know anything about I know about Spain.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too.
It really brought me there. It was like that was crazy.
Track number 5, Chicken Teriyaki.
La Rosalía. Rosa, sin tarjeta, se lo mando a tu gata. Solo quiere que yo le doy mi dinero. Pati, naki, chicken teriyaki. Tu gata quiere maki, mi gata en Kawasaki. Quiero una cadena que me arruine hasta la cuenta.
Oh yeah, Mike Dean does some production on this, I believe. So you'll see what I mean in a second.
Me estás tirando sombras como drag queen. Chula como Mike Dean. Rosa, sin tarjeta, beca. Un ramo de flores azules no se seca. Pati, naki, chicken teriyaki. Pati, naki, chicken teriyaki.
That was fun.
That's what I'm saying.
That was super fun.
It's a fun track after the previous one, and I said that Ole kind of transitions into it well because it's like, you know, it's a pitched up, kind of funky,
and then it brings you into
it right into this track that's like a little more lighthearted, like she said, bringing out humor. I love that she threw in another nod to her mom. It's like my shorty in a Kawasaki. Right, about the motorcycle too, right? Exactly. And that's shout out to Mike Dean as well. I think he does some production on here. At least that's what I read on Wikipedia.
I'm going to read this. One of the more cocky and danceable songs on the record, Rosalía. Rosalía goes to brag about a trip to New York, which includes paying for dinner, buying jewelry, and skating, making this one of the few tracks where fame is used as a flex rather than something negative.
Yes, You kind of see the what she's going for here in terms of
for sure. The
concept of the record.
Yeah, but you've got me really curious now
about her older stuff.
But her older stuff,
yeah. Well, you'll have to give it a listen at some point.
Yes.
We'll keep going. Track number 6. You might want some explanation, which I have for you. In an interview with newspaper, Rosalía explained the meaning of the song's title. I chose it because it is sensuality or sexuality as well. Many times for me, what is not explicit is much more interesting. And hentai, just because it is drawn, seems to be very sensual and very beautiful. So like talking about it because it's drawn.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, I got it now.
Track number 6.
I don't have hentai.
Yeah. Don't pull up any right now.
No.
Later. Track number 6, hentai.
No pienses más, nada que pensar. So good. Good. Casi me controla. Te quiero ride como mi vibe.
I just love this. Wow.
Big fan of hentai.
Modo spy. So good. Good.
Whoa, trippy.
So good.
What a cool, interesting thing to do here.
Like lyrically.
No, with the...
There we go.
With that... You know what I mean?
At the end with the drum.
Yeah, and
type
adding
of-
that in there at the end, because otherwise the song would have been the same throughout.
It would have been fine.
It would have been fine, but I just absolutely loved it. It gave me such a feeling of like 1950s, 40s. I loved that the creaking of the piano was,
you could hear it.
that was kept in her. Her voice was beautiful. But this is one of these moments where I'm going to ask the viewer. Okay, we have salsa music. And what everybody's explained to me is like salsa is upbeat and that, you're feeling good, but the lyrics are usually sad.
Yes.
Okay. This is one of the ones where the music is sad, but the lyrics, I want to ride you like my bike.
Yeah.
Make a tape like Spike. So I guess make a dirty tape like Spike Lee. Spike Lee, right?
Yeah. If you don't know the lyrics, it sounds like it's the most depressing song.
Yes, if you
ever.
didn't,
would
exactly.
cry to it.
Yeah.
Cry to her talking about riding someone like a motorcycle.
Yeah, where's the hose? I thought I saw the hose here. Oh yeah. I want to ride you like I ride my bike. I like that she keeps getting the bike in there.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. And then expensive, expensive like he has a diamond on the tip. And then always puts me ahead of these hoes. And then she says, but what a different, like it's one of those ones where you go, you know, where we've said before,
the contrast is
the
it's
contrast
funny,
is what's cool about it, right?
Yeah, it happens the other way more often with an upbeat song that has a really sad, dark message. I can't think of too many instances where it's a sad song sonically, but the lyrics are happy.
Yes.
Can you think of many of those?
No, I'm trying to now.
Like the only thing I can think of is maybe like John Lennon, Imagine.
Yes, where
it's like it's very sad, the piano, but like the lyrics are Imagine, it's peaceful, about peace and love.
Yeah, but not like riding,
cock.
Yeah,
and
a diamond tip.
Track number 7, Biscochito.
Very good.
This one gets me going.
Ya no soy ni voy a ser tu bizcochito, pero tengo todo lo que tiene delito.
I like that verse. Are you the pimp or are you being pimped? I chose my side the day I was born. That's great. If we do these enough, I'm gonna start learning the words.
Yeah. This is my favorite part, though. I just love it. It's so catchy.
Yeah. I realized that was my foot. That was my foot. I thought that was in there.
No, yeah, your foot.
It was going.
Yeah, it's addicted to tapping. No, I love that one. It's short, but it's just very. She's just kind of flowing over top of it, fast. And then the chorus part is so fun, like with the her backing vocals of
But I love that line. It's are you the pimp or are you being pimped? I chose the side the day I was born.
Yeah,
like that was such a statement for what I mean?
Confidence.
Yeah. And then the bridge is the day I was born, the day I was born, the day I was born, the day I was born. I didn't base my career on making hits. I have hits because I formed the basis. I have nothing else to say. And it takes a lot of class to say that. My swag makes you dizzy. Even your mama sings along. So some
flexing on that.
Some
track.
flexing, yeah.
Track number 8, G3 N15.
See, there's a cool use of it right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No sé qué te gusta, ardiendo en el pecho.
I'm not crying in the song. There's no way. I'm holding it together. Wow.
It has a big payoff that first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
The auto-tune just floating around.
The use of the Hammond, you can hear when it starts to whip because there's that fat fan. Hear it swell?
Yeah.
Fuck. This is killer. I mean, this is so good.
Pero bueno, si ets feliç yo também sou feliz.
That was absolutely. I got to go deep into this one here for a second here.
Yeah, go for it.
Because
tell me what you like about it.
I loved everything about it. I'm reading the lyrics in English and I'm like, holy shit! Like, you know what, she's missed out on this person's life, right? And she's, you know, and it, obviously you're almost 10, almost 11. Are your eyes sky blue or navy blue? Whether you prefer races, spaceships, or sailing ships, right?
Yeah.
So she's missed this, and then we get into the part where I'm really freaked out. Is like tracks on the arms, right? Or here's the line: "No one's at peace here between stars and needles." And then tracks on the arms, points on the stars, right? Referencing her nephew's name, Genus, sees Rosalia opening up to a loved one, showing remorse for missing out on their life and not being there, due both to the pandemic and the fact that she was in the process of making this album. At the end of the song, we hear Rosalia's grandmother talking to her and advising her about some of the main themes of the record: fame, family, and God.
The ending with the grandmother, I love it. One of my favorite parts of the record is that, because it's her talking about, basically the concept of the record, but it's over top of that. Where's that melody? Is it originally from Big Ben?
I don't know. Yeah,
because that's in my grandmother, your mother's house. Every hour that melody is like, ding, doom, 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 doom,
yeah. Well, she's got the clock.
Yeah, and then I was in London one time, and I always thought it was just grandma's fucking clock. And then I'm sitting there, and then it does the melody. And I'm like, what, they fucking stole from my grandma? I was like, these fucking British people. Okay, track number 9, title track, Motomami. It's only a minute. I can probably let it play into Diablo.
Wow, so different than what you played for me earlier.
Yeah. I'll just let it play into Diablo. Okay.
I have to say again, I love the space.
There's like a balance between each track. You know,
Yes.
some are tight, and then some are like this one's spacious.
See, did not see that coming. Like, I love her voice there.
Gets you moving.
That was great.
This must be the inside of me.
Fuck this feels. I can't tell, I'm smiling. It just feels so good.
Yeah. I gotta say, this is probably like, you know, another time on the channel where we've done something that you probably have never heard anything like it before.
Listen to this. I haven't. It's just like. It is so. Oh, I wish that went on, man.
Longer.
Yeah. Wow, that was just, I don't even know. I'm actually speechless on that track.
Yeah, that one's fun. Both of those are great. The title track, Motomami, I know it's short, it's like a minute, but it's like just energetic.
But then we come right into that. And again, pacing on albums is so good. That was short, it was energetic, it was crazy, and then we went right into just that fucking space.
Well, she did say that this album is kind of split into almost two different personalities, you know, and you can kind of tell, you know, as you're going along.
You
can see which ones are more like the upbeat, flexing, you know, having fun, showing her off her sense of humor, and then there's the other ones that are like, you know, about the nephew and stuff.
Yes,
and, you know, those are the more introspective ones, and I think she really struck a good balance on this record.
Yeah.
Track 11, Delirio de Grandeza.
This is where I'm scared of this. A wall. Oh no, it's beautiful.
You get scared when samples come in?
Yeah, because I'm always going to think my ears are going to be blown with something, right? But this was nice. This was like nicely walking into the ocean.
Yes,
That's cool.
yeah, yeah.
She's really using on this track her sweet spot in her voice. It's really
Crazy how she got her voice that deep.
yes. Yeah. While I lick you like licorice. I love how soft these tracks are. I absolutely love that.
You were a little worried. You thought it was going to come in heavy when the sample was starting at the beginning.
I thought it was. I literally, because it was sample. You know when you hear it, the lo-fi sample,
you
and
think
then
it's going to
come in with the big
yeah.
or whatever. But it didn't. It just eased in, man. It was done like really, really nice. And then the use of that sample
At the end.
it like went through the bridge. It was,
and then she sung over top of
so,
it.
yeah, which
it was
is like
really cool.
and for me, the timing, like how are you singing this over top of it?
Sample. Yeah, no, I love the sampling on this record. That song specifically, but the next song we're coming up to probably has the greatest sample of this decade, and I can't see it being beat yet. Are you familiar with the fellow on TikTok who counts numbers but he sings them?
No.
61, 62, 63.
You've never seen this guy.
So hold on,
he was
like, no, wait, I've seen him, but I've seen him, and I sent it to my brother, and it's like he said something. He didn't sing numbers. He said, "I see you. Do you miss me?" Do you know that one?
Oh yeah, I think he's done a couple other things like not just that.
Man, what a world we live in. It's crazy.
Track 12. Cute.
I can already see where we're going with this right now.
Here we go.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1.
That is nuts. What a time! Like I said before, what a time we live in, eh?
Suelta. Keep it cute, manito, keep it cute. Que tiene mejor artista, Dios. Mariposa.
Wow.
Suelta por la calle. Mírala. No pierda detalle.
Oh my God, we have Sesame Street coming up again.
Llévame lejos de aquí, a de Alfa, B de Bravo, C de Charlie, Angelado, Crash, JDD.
Oh, these are. Oh my God, those sound like marching drums, eh? Wow, that was crazy.
What a wild sample, though.
what a crazy time.
I'm so curious about that guy. Like, I wonder if he knows that he's on this album.
Well, I was going to ask you when he came when it finished and it went 1-1-1-1. It's
Yeah.
like she ever brought him out.
I don't know. Like, I wonder if he
On
even
stage
knows
somewhere.
that he's on this album. You know, he put those TikToks out there, but I guess like TikToks are fair use, right? Like you can just sample it.
He must have. Somebody must have pointed
Told
it
him.
out to him. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. But then we're talking about the count. Then we go to the verse 2. And it's exactly like she says, A for Alpha, B for Brave, C for Charlie. And it's like, A for
It's
Apple.
like Sesame Street again.
Yeah, it's back to Sesame Street.
But no, okay, maybe not my actual favorite like sample of the decade, but it's definitely one of the funniest ones. Like, it's one of the most unique ones I've come across, just in the sense that, like,
Yeah.
who would have thought to sample?
Yeah, I
that?
would have not known if you didn't tell me, though, because I've known him for...
You probably would have thought it was just some vocal
vocal
sample.
thing, yeah. But I've sent him to my brother so many times. He'll peek out from a tree, and then he goes, he does this phrase, he sings this thing. He goes, I see you, you see me. Am I missing you? Or what?
Yeah,
It's the same guy.
I think it's the same guy. I think I know who you're talking about.
We should get a GoFundMe to fill that tooth in.
yeah.
so-
Okay, it is the same guy then, because he's missing. Like,
Yeah,
a
he's
tooth.
yeah. Because I was missing the 2 teeth for a long time, right?
Track 13, Como un G.
Si no lo puedes tener, lo quieres soltar. No estoy a tu lado, pero te deseo paz y libertad. Perdona si se me olvida que tu cumpleaños sin más.
Ooh, something's coming.
Solo el amor, con amor se paga. Nada te debo y tú no me debes nada. Si no lo puedes tener, mejor déjalo ir.
God, I love that hard stop on the organ.
Cuando quieres algo, pero guárdame, guárdame, otra vez, mándame, mándame, ángeles.
That's so cool.
Siempre me tendrá aunque no me quiera.
It's like she's just fading into the
Yes, it's
void.
Que siempre me tendrá aunque no me quiera.
You kind of see what I mean, what she means with the
Yeah, look,
balance of the
we got
back
'em.
and forth. I mean, we just had the song with the sample of the TikTok guy, and then
yeah.
really intense, very fun, and then we go into a more somber, emotional one.
I closed my eyes and I just dropped the lyrics and I pictured myself in a hall, not so much like a coliseum or a big arena or whatever,
church or
but
something.
something small and hearing someone sing that. I'm not listening to, I don't understand the lyrics, but what it gives to my body is insane, man.
Yeah, it's the power of like just good
Of just
vocals and
music
yeah,
and
music,
big kudos to whoever mixed it. Like when you listen to that and you hear how many little nuances are going on in the mix.
there's tiny little synths here and there.
Yes, and different verbs and different delays and stoppages and like right at the beginning the piano is so muted. It's like covered in a wet blanket and the person's underneath.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. You don't have any of the highs coming through, and that really makes it. It really pulls it to this darker place. If the piano was really, really bright, we wouldn't get that emotion. So that was beautiful.
Kudos to the engineers and
Yes.
everybody behind that.
Yes, that was really.
The next track, if I remember correctly, it's like an interlude. Track 14, ABCDEFG. And I'll let that play into track 15, La Combi Versace.
A de alfa, altura, alien. B de bandida. J de jineta. M de motomami. Motomami, 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 motomami. N de ni se te ocurra ni
I like her
pensar.
laugh.
Yeah.
O de
Cute.
orquídea. R de racineta. Racineta, rango.
Wow.
Racineta,
I
rango.
can't do that.
S de sata. O de zorra también.
Wow. If that made me want to learn.
Some Spanish?
Yes. Sorry, where are we on? Thank you.
La Combi Versace.
Okay, there.
Por la noche, puesta pa'l derroche, tu pela salvaje, la combi Versace. Anda por la noche, puesta pa'l derroche, tu pela salvaje, la combi Versace. Como que ve, FaceTime con Milano, Tim Cook. Dios bendiga a Gianni.
You hear that Tim Cook ad-lib?
Yes.
Nos fuimos a Ferrari. Con la tanga Gucci en una cola de motor. Me llevo todo el mall, montada en un camión. El rojo con el
Wearing a
rosa,
Gucci thong on a motor tail.
Me visto de novia, pero no soy tu esposa.
Typical Friday for me.
Yeah.
I love their flow.
They're both of them
Yeah,
together.
yeah. It's so fun.
Holy, this is still going. That was great.
Yeah, them together is really
Yeah.
fun. So you said the track before made you want to learn some Spanish
You know what? I could actually learn this, I think.
through music. Well, I mean that's a good starting point, to be honest. Like if you take like small lessons, like through an app or
Yeah,
through
yeah.
a teacher, one of the first things that you're gonna be told to do is to try doing some reading in Spanish, watching Spanish television, when listening to Spanish music.
And following with the lyric. Yeah.
Track 16, Sakura.
Las flores de esta ciudad no huelen a
Wow, great. Fantastic reference. We're just coming up to our Sakura time in the city. Everybody goes crazy on her.
Yeah.
See, Flora, Sakura sounds so much better, but because here it's Sakura flower.
Yeah.
So,
The contrast of this compared to like the opening track, like
crazy. Yeah, yeah. Incredible. Wow, that was, there's a chunk of that's super, super emotional, man, vocally, but I love this first, flowers in this city don't smell like nothing, how come, all the girls so pretty, so plastic, how come, right?
Yeah.
And then she goes, flowers, Sakura, flowers, being a pop star never lasts. But then this verse 2, at the beginning of verse 2, it's so strange because it feels like she's being interviewed. Like I never hear it like, you can't be a star and shine forever. I'm gonna laugh when I'm 80 and I look back, right? Like it's like it feels like it was an interview.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
It's a great way to close the record. Because like I said, or like she said in the interview, there's really two sides to it, and you can feel that as you go through. It's almost like every track after another, like it's a completely different side of her, or two different sides that are kind of, she's displaying.
Really, a mix of everything.
Yeah, and I think it's such a unique record, and it makes me wonder like what she's gonna do next, because we've seen her do very traditional, what would you call it, with the nylon string, what would that music fall under?
The flamenco.
Yeah, like that style.
Yeah.
And stuff with the piano. Then she took a step in the direction of like, okay, I'm gonna have fun, experiment. Let's get some features on here. Let's have like just a good time and make some bangers, but also some real emotional tracks.
Really,
Where does she go next? I don't know. She's got kind of like a unlimited possibilities, really.
Yeah, I don't know either. But what I got to say about this is this album in whole is like they used the organ a lot, right? Which for me represents like exactly like that and real sadness, right? So they use that a lot, and I have to say, like we said earlier, I heard things on here that I have not heard yet on this musical journey with you. That was they were fresh, and I think you think everything,
not just because it's a different language, like it's just some interesting choices.
Very
of stuff that we've never heard.
like that little jazz interlude in like just it was just
one,
it was like 8 bars of jazz, right? And I just want to let everybody know here in Vancouver we have we were gifted by the Japanese government a lot of cherry blossoms, and so they're in their beauty, right? In Vancouver, they blossom. It's pink. It's beautiful. We have lots of streets in Vancouver that have them, and like her reference to that is like a pop star is like the flower Sakura is that it only comes once in a while, and it's short lived, right?
Yes.
So that was a cool reference to
kind of like Danny Brown with Hanami, right?
Yes.
Same concept of him talking about being around and doesn't know about his future. And stuff. I had a great time. I hope you had fun. It
was fantastic, man. I was like, it seems that the more we do international albums, I'm starting to feel like I don't travel.
You feel like you're kind of going around the world.
I feel like I'm going around the world already. I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to Spain now.
Yeah.
You got to bring me somewhere else, kid.
You've been to the UK a lot. You've been to the States.
You've
been to Canada. I'm trying to think.
Have we been to Australia?
Tame Impala, yeah.
Yes,
you've been to Australia. You've traveled most of the world at this
Ireland?
point. Yeah, you've been to Ireland.
Yeah.
You've been a lot of places.
Yeah. But I haven't left this chair.
Yeah, exactly. Hope you guys had fun watching. Thank you, everybody who requested this album. I know it's been sitting around in the back of videos for since the beginning of the channel, really, because we started 2021. I bought the vinyl when it came out. So it's been around for a while, and people have been requesting. But, we finally got around to it. Hope you enjoyed. If you would like to see more like Latin Spanish music, we have one other video, and that's the Bad Bunny one, but that was probably one of my favorite videos we've done this year.
That was
So,
fantastic.
go give that a listen,
Yeah.
and recommend some albums in Spanish. Rosalia and Bad Bunny are kind of the first two you think of when you're not familiar with music outside of English language.
Yeah.
So throw us some artists that you think we would be interested in, because I'd love to hear some recommendations.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be Spanish either.
No, yeah.
Thank you for watching. Take care. Much love and peace.